Today I'm reading from the Stranger Things tarot cards. And I'm reading about things that are going on in the administration. So my question today is, our government trying to bankrupt this country so they can privatize services for the 1%? Is our government trying to bankrupt this country so they can privatize services for the 1%ers? Because what'll happen is, if the government, if our country is in so much debt, we are in, I looked it up as of today, $39 trillion in debt. And from what I understand, you can check me if I'm wrong, we had zero debt when Bill Clinton was president. So since then, we are now 39 trillion in debt, where it said that every day we accumulate $7 billion more of debt. So, with everything that this government is doing that people don't want, why are they doing it? Because people are making money off of the Iran war. They're cutting more and more services to the people. They want to cut Medicaid, Social Security is something we pay into. That's not even their money, but they have taken from that. That's our money. So what's the point here? Because maybe the orange man, the demented orange man, is stupid. The people behind him are not. The money people are not. So my question is, our government trying to bankrupt this country so that the only way we can get out of it is they have to privatize services to the people, and that benefits the 1% so that they can become trillionaires, because that's what will end up happening. While the rest of us have, nothing. All right, one more shuffle. Is our government trying to bankrupt this country so they can privatize services for the 1%? All right, that's good. I don't know, you tell me what you think. Okay, so if you've been following along, or if this is your first time, this is the deck that I specifically use just to read on the stuff that's happening in with the administration and the government and the world and stuff. Most of the stuff I read is more personal, about manifestation, but I was gifted this deck by a friend, and I thought, we are living in an upside down world right now, so this is the perfect deck for that. And I do read these cards how they come out. Upside down, right side up, whatever. So spokes are water, which is cups is our emotions. Cups is our emotional body, our emotions. And they're testing the waters. Sevens are about assessing, testing. They're testing the waters. They're seeing how far they can push it. I mean, if you look at this as spokes, these are bikes, right? So it shows up as bikes. I mean, it's underwater. We are underwater. They're testing how far that they can push it, right? So I'm gonna say, just from seeing this card coming out, is that yes, they do want to bankrupt us so that they can privatize all the services. I mean, think about it. They can privatize the U.S. mail. They can privatize prisons, all the schools, anything that we use for the government for services, they can privatize. And, they don't have to be held accountable. When you cut all this federal funding for, the FDA and all the stuff for our own protection, and it's controlled by greedy people, what do you think is going to happen, right? Okay, so that is what they want to do. The Hermit. The Hermit, right? Not the Hierophant, right? The Hermit, the Hermit. All right, she came out upside down. So usually, the Hermit right side up is solitude, wisdom. It's a spiritual retreat. But she showed up upside down. So this means to me that they can try, but we are not going within. We are not going on a retreat. We are going to make our voices heard. That no, you are not going to do this. We are not going to allow you to do this. We are going to be speaking up. We're going to be speaking up. We're going to be calling them out, okay? Because she's upside down, right? If she was right side up, she would be more going within, but she isn't. She is going without. She is not taking this lying down. We're not taking it lying down, because if they bankrupt this country, which is on its way to being bankrupted, that is what is going to be offered as a way to get us out of the situation that they have gotten us into to begin with, right? So we don't want that because they don't have our best interest at heart, right? I just heard a story of a town in, I think it was Georgia, and I think they're trying to do it in Lake Tahoe too, where they're building these data centers that are illegally taking the water from the people. Look it up. From the people that live there, noticed that their water pressure was really low and that they were illegally siphoning off the water because it is so extreme to the environment that it takes so much water, and not charging them. The people are paying for them, and they're doing something similar to these data centers that people don't want. Again, the techno people want it, the tech bros, the 1%ers, they want it, but the rest of us don't. So this isn't a left or right thing anymore. This is a billionaires against the rest of us versus the rest of us. It's the 1%ers that want all of the resources for themselves, and the rest of us will just have to figure it out. Okay? That's the truth. Now we have the 6 of Strands. Now Strands are fire, wands. 6s are usually restoring balance. But since it's upside down, the balance of power is not. There is no balance of power right now. They're holding all the balance. The balance, the scales are way out of balance. And that is what's causing all of this disruption. The money that they are spending is astronomical, and it is hurting everybody, not in just the US, but in the whole world, right? And the scales are not balanced at all, right? Because 6s are, restoring a balance, and right now we are so out of balance. So no, that is not it's not balanced. Okay, then we have the dice represents swords. And 10s are completion, the cycle's ending. So I believe that, swords are information. Swords is the corruption, right? We're seeing the corruption. And they can't hide it anymore. They can't hide it anymore. We see the corruption. It's on full display, the corruption. So that's good, because that is going to cause people to transition, because it's also about transitioning. They've taken it as far as they can take it, because we are not going to be standing for it anymore. And that is exactly what they want to do, because if you look on the bottom of the thing, is the Magician, which is manifesting and manipulation. And it was upside down. So they want to completely manipulate and create an environment that they can bankrupt the country so that the 1% can privatize services. That is exactly what they're trying to do, but because he's upside down, they're not going to be able to do it. Too much information is coming out. Too many people are stepping up. Too many people are fighting back. But yeah, that's what they want to do. The question was a simple yes or no. Is our government trying to bankrupt this country so they can privatize services for the 1%ers? The answer is yes. Let's confirm. Is the government trying to bankrupt this country? That's a yes. So yeah, yes. Now, the next one will be, how are we going to stop it? Maybe that should be my next question. How are we going to stop it? All right, I would love to know your thoughts. We are definitely living in the upside down world right now. Hold on. People are waking up. People are rising up. People are saying no. People are seeing the real corruption that has been happening. So have faith. The best thing you can do is find joy in your own life, because joy is a form of resistance. They cannot take that away. They want us to be afraid. They want to break us down, but they can't. Don't let them, right? Don't let them. And you can still create your little world the way you want it. Create your environment the way you want it. Bring into your life what you want. Focus on all the good things, because that has a ripple effect. And more people are rising. Let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment, a like. If you would subscribe, that would be great. If you would share, that would be wonderful. I will see you guys next time. Stay safe and do something fun for yourself. All right, see you next time. Bye.